Alright, so basically today what I'm wanting to show is I've been starting to get into some aluminum melting and forging. Um, and what I wanted to show you today is I've been looking on the internet and seeing all this stuff about you know uh, hot wire cutters for styrofoam and any kind of foam insulation, all this other stuff, and people making them out of stuff. But I thought there's got to be something around that, or just laying around the house that I can make this stuff out of. So what I came up with today is things that you're going to need to make this is basically a AA battery, some twist ties. Well, you don't even need some, just one. Just take it off a loaf of bread or whatever, and a rubber band. If you don't have a rubber band, you can use a hair tie. You don't necessarily need this, but also some sort of tape, but you don't really need it, like I said. All you're going to do is basically just strip off all this plastic coating on the twist ties. All right, strip that off. Comes off real easy. Do it by hand. Then at the end, you're just going to bend a 90-degree angle. All right. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, wire's pretty thin. But yeah, just bend it to where it's enough, enough length to where it actually matches up with your 9-volt battery, top to bottom. All right. Then you're going to take your rubber band. This is a pretty crappy rubber band. It's already broke on me once, but let me just stretch it over the ends. Come on now. Something like that. Now, for sake of demonstration, and then you just stick this wires on each side. Sake of demonstration, here's one I've already made. That's the only thing you really need the tape for, is just to, I just secured the rubber band to the battery. Leave this end out, obviously. So all you have to do is take the wire and put it right there close to that, or close to the, whichever side. I like to use the, what is this, the positive side or the negative? I can't remember, but the flat side of the battery, because the top side needs to be right on the nipple. Stop laughing. Right on the nipple of the AA, right up there. That's where the top side needs to be. So I like to leave that one in place because it's harder to get it up there than it is just to touch that part. Yeah, so I'll leave that one up there. Get this one fairly close. You don't want to hold on to the wire once it makes contact, because the wire does heat up pretty fast. So this battery here, I've used it a few times already. So the battery's getting fairly dead, but basically it just needs to be close to it, like that. And then you just take this rubber band, wrap it around, and secure it down. All right. All right, so there you go. Got the wire cutter right there. All it takes is some styrofoam, and then, now granted, like I said, this battery's kind of dead, but you can kind of see nice smooth cuts. It doesn't take a whole lot to. Now, I mean, you got to take your time, and it's more of a finishing cutter than it is anything else. You're not going to be able to make nice deep cuts into it. I mean, you can, as long as you take your sweet time doing it. All right. Because, like I said, it's just a twist tie, so obviously it bends and flexes too. And so if you're wanting something that's gonna make real straight cuts, then you're gonna want to use something a little bit different. But at the same time, it's a good finishing cutter, nice trimming. You can trim off with it. Just oh yeah, dummy me. Don't grab a hold of the wire. Pointing, in fact, grab a hold of the rubber band, just slide it off, and then your wire's disconnected, and that way it'll cool down. You can also use thinner wire or thicker wire, depending on how nice your battery is. I had a thicker one. There it is. Thicker wire that I've been using also. This battery, like I said, I've used it several times already. I'm just going to show kind of a demonstration here. You can see right here the nice smooth cuts that I made with the AA wire cutter. I'm going to use my razor blade knife now and try and do the same thing over here. All right. You can already see all these flakes coming off. How many times I have to go around it. Yeah, look at that. That is a horrible cut. So, I mean, just something as simple as that does so much better. Now, granted, I did this one a little bit deeper, but yeah, I could have done that with this one too. Cut it all the way out. But, yeah, I mean, just, you see all these flakes everywhere, even on the knife itself. There's more mesh you got to clean up. The smoothness of this is horrid. It's just horrendous. It's like, I don't know. And that's a razor blade. So, a brand new razor blade at that. So, I mean, just something as simple as this makes so much more difference when you're cutting or just fine tuning, you know, whatever stuff you're doing. And you can just, you know, cut out anywhere with it. So, I mean, it's, to me, anybody should have this stuff laying around their house. Like I said, hair tie works, rubber band, a little bit of tape, whatever. But, yeah, and it's something you pull off your bread, you know. So as long as you're able to afford bread and battery for a remote control of any kind, then, yeah, you should be able to build this and work just fine. So that's just what I wanted to show you. Y'all have a good one.